guys, big welcome to our historical NBA 1994-95 Utah Jazz season replay. We're going back in time trying to rewrite the 94-95 season. And we're going to do these 4 games on the Jazz schedule at the Raptors, at the Cavs, at the Pistons, and at the Bucks. So it is a Eastern Conference road trip here on the Moldy Cheese Historical NBA Network. Let's start things off with the Raptors. They are 15 and 23. This is game number 38 for us. We are 17 and 20. We've got to get our season turned around here. This is not very Utah Jazz-like so far. A little bit of a rough start. Marcus Camby and the Toronto Raptors are on the docket first. And it should be a good game to get our season back on track. Hopefully, the expansion Toronto Raptors, Damon Stoudemire and Marcus Camby. Game all tied up at 9. It is New Year's Day as we move into January of our season. We're all tied up at 9 here in the first quarter. Stockton pulls up on the break and nails the 3. Jazz take the lead. Jazz lead by 3 now in the second quarter. 9:11 to go. 35-32. This is Alvin Robertson. Robertson gets Isley in the air. Hands back to Daniels. To Rogers. I believe that's Carlos Rogers. Here's Daniels. Shot from the left angle. No. Rebounded by Marcus Camby. And Camby's going to go up on David Benoit and score it. Cut the lead to 1. We move on to 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Raptors with a 6-point lead now. Hornacek holding on the right side. Stockton goes through, sets the screen for Malone. And Malone almost turns it over there. Hornacek gets it back going down the lane. He lays it up and in. Actually, that was Hornacek that almost turned it over, but nice scoop shot by Horny down the lane. Raptors lead at 55-53. We're in the third quarter now. Stockton yo-yos on the left side, setting things up for the Jazz. Stockton guarded there by Damon Stoudemire. Stock holds over to the left side to Hornacek. Stockton goes through. He's going to come back out now. And we're going to look for Brian Russell coming around the screen for Malone. Get it back to Malone. Contested shot is good by Carl. We're all tied up at 55. 57-55, Jazz now with the lead. Raptors to inbound, right corner to Alvin Robertson. Robertson gets back out to the top of the key to Damon Stoudemire. Stoudemire going one-on-one against John Stockton. Mighty Mouse into the lane, turn around, fall away with the left hand, score it. We're tied at 57. Raptors putting up a fight. They are leading by 2 now with 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Stockton yo-yoing on the left side, guarded by Damon Stoudemire. Karl Malone comes to set the screen, and he's going to slip it. Stockton to Karl Malone down the lane for the hammer dunk. Karl Malone, the mailman, delivers, going down the lane, slips the screen. We've seen that a time or two here in this series, as we did in real life. We're tied at 61 now, midway through the third. Stoudemire back to Carlos Rogers, top of the key, no. Rebound pulled down by Malone. Quickly outlet to Stockton down the left side. Stockton's going to pull up on the break and hit another 3. Stockton loved that pull up on the break from the angles, sometimes even from the top of the key. And the Jazz lead by 3. Here's Damon Stoudemire, guarded by Stockton. Stoudemire around the screen, left hand, jumper, no. Rebounded by Brian Russell. He's going to turn around and go the other way with it. Across the timeline, down the lane to Ostertag for the dunk. Nice look by Brian Russell. Hammer dunk by Greg Ostertag, and the Jazz lead by 5. 4:50 to go in the third. Stockton still in. Over to the left side to Hornacek on the block to Karl Malone. Karl Malone holding, looking out to Hornacek. Top of the key jumper from 3 is good. Hornacek looking down the barrel. 71-63 Jazz with the lead. And the Jazz go on to win it 112-97 here in game number 38. We kind of run away with it late in the game. We shoot 51%. The Raptors shoot 52%. We are 7 of 21 from downtown, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. They outscore us 72-54 in the paint. Our bench outscores them 42-39. We have more assists than them, 30-20. And they out-rebound us by 3. We get more steals than them, 8-6. Somehow we come away with the win. Karl Malone with 28 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 assists for the big mailman. 3 steals also. Great game for Karl Malone. Marcus Camby with 12 points, 14 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks for the Raptors. And we're here. Season replay on the road against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second game of this episode. Game number 39 of the season. We're looking for win number 19 on the year. We're at Gund Arena in Cleveland. This court will bring back some memories for some folks, some Cavs fans. One of the worst courts in NBA history, I think. Not my favorite. I mean, it's so bad that it's actually good. You know what I mean? It's so bad that it's just like epically bad and good at the same time. 7-4 Jazz lead early in the game. 9.5 minutes to go in the first. Karl Malone down on the block. Back out to Hornacek. He'll light up a 3 over Dan Marley. Then it goes down. Jazz lead 10-4. We're out to a 16-10 lead now. Midway through the first. Stockton guarded by Terrell Brandon. Over the left side to Brian Russell. Stockton circles around tag. Gets it back to the top of the key. Over to Hornacek. Hornacek's going to whip it back to Karl Malone. Jumper from the right side. In and out. Rebounded by Tyrone Hill. Out to Dan Marley. Thunder Dan brings it across the timeline for the Cavs. Down the lane to Terrell Brandon, who goes up and throws it down. The little man climbs the stairs. Terrell Brandon. And scores 17-16. Cavs have come back to taking the lead. Little 7-0 run for Cleveland. Here's John Crotty down the lane. Scoop it up off the glass. No. Rebounded by Cleveland. Quick outlet down the left side. Here is Gerald Wilkins, the brother of Dominique Wilkins. Into the left corner. This is Bobby Phills. Rest in peace, Bobby Phills. And Bobby Phills hits the 3 from the corner. 22-21, Cavs with the lead. Here is Hornacek down the lane to Greg Foster. Foster score it, count it. And it's 23-22 Jazz. Foster finishes off the 3-point play with the free throw. Cavs now lead 31-27, closing seconds of the first quarter. John Crotty at the top of the key, guarded by Bob Sura. Crotty back to the right side. Hornacek, angle 3, good. 31-30 now. We move into the second quarter. Score still 31-30. Bob Sura for the Cavs, left side. To Oliver. Oliver pulls up from the free throw line. No. Rebounded by Greg Foster. He'll get it out to Crotty. And the Jazz go the other way. Crotty, 2. Antoine Carr goes with the left hand. Scoop it off the glass. Big Dog scores, and the Jazz take the lead. Jazz have run it out to an 11-point lead now late in the second. Hornacek, long 3 is good. And it is now 62-48 Jazz. Minute 50 to go. Here's Bobby Phills from the left side. Shot no. Karl Malone rips the rebound down. Outlet to Stockton. Stockton right side to Hornacek. Hornacek tries to go baseline. Nothing there. Back to Stockton. Stockton will set up something. They're going to look for Hornacek here around the staggered screen. Here's Horny right side or left side. Horny tries to go baseline again. Drops to Karl Malone. Back to Hornacek. Another 3 from the left angle is good by Hornacek. And Hornacek's starting to shoot the ball really well. Started out the season really slow. Starting to come on strong now. Here's Stockton left side to Hornacek. Hornacek holds. Hornacek drops it down to Tag on the block. Guarded by Tyrone Hill. Tag back out to Stockton. Stockton will drive baseline underneath to Karl Malone for the dunk. Nice dish by John Stockton. Karl Malone gets the 2 points. And the Jazz lead 75-54. Stockton now. Left side, we are in the third quarter, midway through it almost. Karl Malone, left side jumper, no. Rebounded by Michael Cage. And here come the Cavs, down by 21. This is Terrell Brandon. Terrell Brandon, left side, Dan Marley, 3, rattles home. And the Cavs trying to stay in the game at 79-57. Doesn't look like they're doing a good job of it. Here's Oliver around the screen, back to Tyrone Hill. He's guarded by Felton Spencer. Spencer sags off of him. Tyrone Hill's not going to hit that 3. Oliver has it again around the screen from Hill. Oliver down the lane, guarded by Isley. And a turnaround fall away, blocked by Felton Spencer, and the Jazz get it. Here's David Benoit coming down the left side. Benoit down to Karl Malone. Lay it up and in. And the Jazz making quick work of the Cavs here. Making easy work of them. 85-62, Jazz with the lead. Bob Sura turns it over. Stockton comes away with it, and Stockton on the run down the right side. Reverse it up and off the glass and in. Stockton with the reverse layup. It's good. Jazz run out to a sizable 25-point lead midway through the fourth. This is Dan Marley. Thunder Dan guarded by Hornacek. Over to the right side to Terrell Brandon. Down to Tyrone Hill. Lay it up and in off the glass. 103-80, Jazz with the lead. 6:18 to go in the game. Stockton guarded by Terrell Brandon. Stockton yo-yoing with the left hand. Stockton waiting for Karl Malone to come for a screen, then dishes it off to Brian Russell. Russell with the left hand or the right hand reverse layup. Score it. 115-94 win for the Jazz. Game number 39. We creep a little bit closer to the 500 mark. Jazz shoot a scorching 57% from the field. Cavs shoot 44%. We are 8 of 28 from downtown. Horrible 7 of 15 from the free throw line, though. What happened there? 27 fast break points to 10. We slaughtered them there. 66 points in the paint to 58 in our favor. 36 assists to 27, and we torched them on the glass. Jeff Hornacek had 20 points and 4 assists for the Jazz. Tyrone Hill, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists a steal, and 1 turnover for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So our second win in a row here in this episode. Next up, we are on the road against the Detroit Pistons in game number 40, trying to get back to 500. We're 19 and 20. The Pistons are 20 and 16. And the Pistons do win that game by 17, a 106-89 win. And the midway point of the NBA season is upon us in game number 41, on the road at the Bradley Center to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Late in the first quarter, Jazz leading 23-18. Karl Malone on the block, whips it underneath to Benoit for the dunk. David Benoit scores. And the Jazz, if we can go 3-1 in this episode, that would be a win, I think. That would be a great 4-game road trip. Stockton left side, guarded by Eric Murdoch, down to Brian Russell. Russell will back it out to Stockton. Stockton around the screen from Karl Malone. Nothing there. Stockton tries to whip it underneath. It's stolen by Vin Baker. Right side, here comes Glenn Robinson. And Glenn Robinson, the other big dog, throws it down. We're tied up at 50. 4:11 to go in the third. Kind of a low-scoring game here in the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Former Jazzman Eric Murdoch from Providence. Down to Brad Lohas to Vin Baker. Vin Baker with a drop step and a dunk on Felton Spencer. And the Bucks take the lead. Bucks are a good team. They're going to be a playoff team, I would imagine. They have Ray Allen, Vin Baker, some good players. Here is Big Dog looking down the barrel, tipped out to David Benoit. Benoit in the corner. Benoit guarded by former teammate Blue Edwards. Benoit's going to back down Blue. And go to the left hand, foul on Blue. Good if it goes, it's gone. Blue Edwards with the foul, David Benoit to the line. Love Blue Edwards. Sky Blue. Jazz trailing by 4 now. Here comes Hornacek across the timeline. We are late in the fourth quarter at 78-74. Hornacek around the screen from Malone. Hornacek up and in. Score a count. The foul is on Eric Murdoch. And Hornacek's going to go to the free throw line with Jazz trailing by 2. A minute 50 to go in the game. And Horny hits the free throw. 80-79, 1-point game with 1:07 to go. Stockton across the timeline for the Jazz. Guarded by Murdoch. Stockton yo-yos with the left hand. Waiting for the screen. He's going to go around it. Left corner to Hornacek. Hornacek trying to go baseline. Back to Ostertag. Back to Stockton. We got 5 on the shot clock. Stockton around the screen. Stockton in trouble. Back to Brian Russell. Long 3. No. Rebounded by Karl Malone. Put it up and in, and the Jazz take the lead 81-80 with 45 seconds. We're just going to keep it here. Glenn Robinson coming the other way for the Bucks. 41 seconds, whipping it down to Vin Baker. Vin Baker working on Karl Malone. Turnaround, pump fake, no. Vin Baker shot up and in, and the Bucks take the lead 82-81. 34 seconds to go. Here we go, 22 on the shot clock. Stockton brings it up court for the Jazz. Karl Malone comes to set the screen. Stockton guarded closely by Murdoch. Karl slips the screen down the lane for the dunk, and there's a foul on Vin Baker. Karl Malone with the hammer on the slip screen. 23 seconds to go in the game. He can give the Jazz a 2-point lead with this free throw. Shot up and in. It's a 2-point lead with 23 seconds, and we hold on to win. Get a couple of free throws to end the game. 86-82, the final score. We go 3-1 in this episode. Fantastic. Three-win road trip here in the Eastern Conference. 86-82, the final score. Our bench had 24 points to their 16. We killed them on the glass by 7. 43 defensive rebounds to 40 and 10 offensive rebounds to 6. So a good win for us on the road against a very good Milwaukee team. Glenn Robinson, Vin Baker, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen didn't show up much in those highlights, but he did play. 20 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists for Glenn Robinson. And 33 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists for Karl Malone. A couple of steals to boot. So that's the end of season replay, episode number 8. We sit at 20 and 21. Hopefully next episode we can climb above the 500 mark and get this season righted for the Utah Jazz here on the Moldy Cheese Basketball Network.